Tag Heuer is about to become epic because of one recent change. Let's begin. So Tag Heuer is about to become a very epic brand due to one change. The change is in leadership. The watch brand has been going through some positive change lately. Oh my God, I'm saying change a lot. But anyway, we all remember Tag Heuer in the early 90s being the must-have watch brand. But somehow that didn't continue, with watch designs never keeping up with modern tastes. Still, the watches have found a fond place in our memories. Fast forward to recent times, and the new CEO was appointed in 2020. Definitely a difficult time to join the company. In any case, the new CEO set about changing, that's that word again, modernizing and improving the watches over the next few years. Some of the watches are absolutely epic. The new Carrera with its dome sapphire crystal and uniquely designed concave dial. Then there's that very special Aqua Racer GMT, which for me is a new watch that sets a very high expectation for the brand. From the look of their other watches, it seemed like they were stuck both in the future and in the past of needing to serve department stores. The two models I mentioned here are so striking and brilliantly designed, but so far away from their endless bland models in their collection. Clearly more needed to be done. At the start of January, the new CEO got a promotion beyond one watch brand, and Tag appointed a new CEO. This CEO was none other than Julien Tourneur. Sorry if I butchered that name. Now you may be wondering, who? Well, Julien Tourneur was until January this year the big boss at Zenith as CEO. Now this is a position he's held since 2017, a role he took over after Jean-Claude Biver. Now this is significant because not only did he take over from the watch legend, he also has a close relationship with him. And during that transition, shared with Tourneur what was at the heart of Zenith. And that's how it started. Tourneur then set about transforming Zenith from a brand we're familiar with to a brand that makes modern, exciting timepieces. It can't be understated how epic this transformation's been. And you can look to Julien Tourneur as an agent of change. Now he's CEO of Tag Heuer, so we're about to witness something special again. But before looking at what changes could be coming, let's take a look at what the new CEO could be inspired by. Tag Heuer has a supremely rich history with racing. Since 1911, Heuer has provided time and equipment for cars, biplanes, and motor races. Soon after, it would make sense that they would get into making watches and timepieces. But it was in 1969, giggity, that something special happened. Heuer introduced the Carrera featuring the caliber 11. Now this movement, co-produced with Breitling and Hamilton Bruin, brought the first automatic modular chronograph to the world. This followed Zenith's introduction of the El Primero, the first automatic integrated chronograph that same year. This became an explosive time for Tag Heuer. Their connection to racing became key to the brand's success. They partnered with the world's leading racing brands, with Porsche at the height of the 24-hour racing era. This led to a very famous actor wearing a Heuer Monaco whilst filming Le Mans, or Le Mans. Further partnerships developed with other racing brands including Ferrari and Aston Martin. So it's clear that Tag has a lot of racing history, and we've seen over the last couple of years how Tag has used its connection to racing. So it will be interesting to see how Tourneur uses that as inspiration for his watches going forward. So why do I have such high hopes for what this new CEO is going to do at Tag Heuer? Well, let's take a look at Zenith's recent history. In the 2000s, Zenith as a brand was facing similar issues as Tudor from a design perspective. When you look at the models from the early 2000s, Zenith was really struggling to pin down an identity. There were lots of divergent designs that hit and, let's be honest, mostly missed, and let's be honest, won't be remembered. Then in 2017, Tourneur became CEO, having been at Vacheron for 17 years. This experience is why Zenith is where it is today. He consolidated a lot of the pieces, and I really mean consolidated. We all wish some of our favourite brands would make their model lines more focused and not make so many additions and references. Well, at Zenith, the new CEO cut the model lines to 4, then reduced the references from 800 to 100 pieces. That is a gargantuan and brave effort. And along with that, he introduced the Zenith Defy. This special watch range allowed Zenith to experiment with modern designs and watchmaking techniques. These integrated watches featured open-worked watch faces, a range of colours and materials. Then came the Chronomaster Sport, a watch that wants you to remember that its movement is at the heart of one of the most famous watches on the market from 1988 to 2000. Then soon after, Zenith released the Pilot line and revivals for each model line. Zenith has today never felt more cohesive and more exciting. If there wasn't an obsession with the Crown or Trinity brands, these references would definitely be more featured than they currently are. What Julien Tourneur has done at Zenith is nothing short of amazing. Change is hard, it takes vision and a lot of hard work. And because of what he's done at Zenith, I believe he could do some impressive things with Tag Heuer. So here's what I'm expecting over the next few years. Yep, it's time for some predictions. In the Carrera line, you have the amazing new chronograph next to Carrera models that look frankly forgotten. Expect the references to be slimmed down and follow the same model designs as the new chronograph. The models will start to be even more exciting than they are today, becoming more desirable and sporty. With this level of racing history, there's an opportunity to capitalize on what that means today. I think the new models could be the love child of Richard Mille and the Zenith Defy. Tag Heuer has already dipped its toe here with the skeletonized Carrera. This will become more radical and more eye-catching. There will be even more historical references beautifully realized. From redesigns of classic bracelets to unique cases and dial designs. I can see a reintroduction similar to the Defy revival. Well, this is inevitable. Moving up. The prices will rise, mark my words. Tag will start to move into a higher price bracket. I personally think this would be a mistake, but retooling and redesigning isn't cheap and needs to be paid for. Some really nice groundwork has already been laid at Tag Heuer over the last 3 years. With the new CEO joining, he'll start to make the brand his own, bringing experience from Vacheron as well as what he recently did with Zenith. When you look at the Chronomaster Sport, Defy and the Defy Revival, you can't help but imagine what having a brand with this strong a racing history can inspire. I can see reclaiming the Heuer brand and reinterpreting it for the modern day, but it won't be an easy task. Tag Heuer is a volume brand, and changing it to become a desired popular brand will be hard work. Another issue the CEO faces is that the different watch models mean so much to so many different people. So some of the choices that are going to be made will likely upset someone. Another issue that they face is in bringing new collectors to the brand. How can you make a range of chronographs distinct enough to not feel like they're overlapping? But Tourneur has recent history of doing this at Zenith, making the El Primero movement core to all models. So proof, if anyone can have the vision and reinterpret the brand. This one personnel change will make Tag Heuer epic.